Hello to each and every one of you who have chosen to join me at this time. I have a topic for you today that I hope that hopefully will cause you to do a lot of thinking. The topic is the title is Master of Disguise. There is a master of disguise operating on our world, and I am speaking of the sitting president of the United States. People recognize him and they think they know who he is, but they really don't know what he's about or who he really is. First of all, this is not, coming from me, this is not about politics. This is about our world and what is really happening on our world. For many, many, many hundreds of years, there's been a dark and malevolent force that has been controlling our existence. And it is coming to an end. They're almost finished, as I've said before, but they still are causing some trouble. And there is an off-planet group that many of you have no doubt heard about, and that is the Galactic Federation of Light, who are calling the shots here. And under them is the Global Military Alliance, and after that is President Trump. Some say he's in charge of the military alliance, but I would not necessarily say that. The Galactic Federation of Light has been working with this planet for I don't know how long, hundreds of years. But this is about the corruption and who's responsible and what's being done about it. President Trump has been criticized over and over again and vilified by those who do not understand what's happening. He's doing what he said he'd do. He is creating change. And although there's many who do not like or understand his tactics, it is still going forward. Because there is a rot at the top of the hierarchy, which are the Illuminati, the cabal, or the oligarchy, whatever name you want to give them. There's an elite group that are working against the population of this planet. And their time is finished, pretty much. But what President Trump is doing is he's working first and foremost for the American people who elected him. And what is happening is it's having a global impact, and change is being created globally. But it's not happening nicely. Years and years ago, I was teaching a group of people in Arizona, and I offered them something that Archangel Michael had said, and that is, change is not always a thing of beauty. It can be messy sometimes, like messy, and it can be like a detoxification. And if you think about what happens when you detoxify something, it's messy. It's like a festering boil. So our planet is going through change. We wanted change as a collective, we want to change, we ask for change, and change is happening. And and it's making life uncomfortable and difficult for so many. But that's what has to happen. Generally, there's chaos and then there's calm. Right now, we're going through the chaos, and there's many different reasons for that, probably too many for me to put into this blog. But it has something to do with we're leaving the age of Pisces and we're moving into the age of Aquarius. Now, those two ages, the Earth goes through this once about every 26,000 years. When those two ages change from one to the other, there's an overlap. The age of Pisces was an age of hierarchy, like a pyramid. And at the top of the pyramid it happened to be all the rot, and the common people were at the bottom. The age of Aquarius is more of a level, a horizontal age, and the age of Aquarius is more about technology and knowledge, and it's the age of we're moving into massive changes in technology, and all of that doesn't come smoothly because we're experiencing the energies of two great ages because they overlap. So that's part of it. And the other part is it's time. Our planet could not withstand any more abuse, the planet itself. Humanity, it was too lopsided. It is too lopsided. There's too many at the top, and there's far too many at the bottom. We need more balance. And that is what we as a collective, humanity, are struggling for and working for, even though with some it's on an unconscious level. The soul knows. It's just that the physical body that holds the ego doesn't always remember. But that's what's happening. So, and that's why. But I am not a political person. I'm not. I'm after good, good for the masses, good for humanity, good for the planet. And I'm a spiritualist. So again, I say again, this is not about politics. I'm just checking my notes so I don't forget anything. Where the part of about the disguise comes in, President Trump has managed to fool a great many of the people on this planet. And because they're only seeing the surface. So what he does and says outrageous things sometimes. It's a diversion. And when he does and says those things and creates an incident here and another incident there, then people start chattering about it. That's where their focus is. And that's his intention, to divert. And then he gets behind the scenes and he does his business the way he's meant to do. And the mainstream media and those who like to make YouTube videos about people that don't like him, they take it and run with it. And that's the diversion. So what our job is to be able to see through that. And we can't know everything that's going on behind the scenes, but there is a lot going on behind the scenes. And it's good. Because it's change, and change is happening. And it's just that it's uncomfortable. And a lot of people, especially elderly people, don't like change because it's not their comfort zone. It's not the comfort zone of lots of those who are not elderly. They want things to stay the way they are because that's what they're used to. But we can't do that anymore. We have to move forward, and we cannot move forward when we're mired in hate and fear and negativity and sickness. and pollution, where our air, our food, our very water is poisoned. We have to make this change and go along with it. So our job is to look beyond the obvious, trust in spirit, trust in spirit. Mother, Father God are not going to let this planet disappear. It's here and it's going to return to the beautiful planet it once was. And we are here as starseeds and lightworkers and loving beings, all sparks of our Creator, to help make these changes. And if we can't physically go out and do it, then we have to trust the ones that are. Trust the process. We can't shed our light and our love when we're mired in fear and negativity, because then that's what we put out. And our job is to put out light and love. And we can do that if we trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust your higher self. Trust Mother, Father, God. And it will all work out exactly the way it's supposed to for the betterment of all. We're working towards balance, and balance will happen. Change will happen. Change is happening. Balance is happening. So it's uncomfortable. But in truth, it's really all good. So hang in there, try and stay positive, trust. And until next time, I'll say goodbye.